Hi guys and welcome. Today's video is my September favorites and I've got this list in front of me and I don't think I've got any fails. I have for the previous 2 months but not for September, which has to be a good thing, right? So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start off with a Kevyn Aucoin. These are the highlight sticks. Now, I spoke about this in a previous video of mine. I use some of the Kevyn Aucoin products, some that have been around for a while. These highlight sticks have been recently released. They're not within the last month, but I think about 2 or 3 months ago they were released. These are beautiful and I love them because, well, not only for the packaging, it's weighty, it's really beautiful, but they're not sticky in any way. So you just wind it up, winds back down again. And unlike the Chanel balms, which can be a little bit tacky when you pop them on, these aren't tacky whatsoever. Now, I'm wearing this today and it is a very subtle highlight, which I think is fantastic for my mature skin, and it doesn't emphasize texture in any way either. These are really beautiful, and when I go to touch it now, absolutely no tackiness. I really recommend them. Next is a Dior Addict lipstick, and this is in one of the cases that came out either last year or the year before. Now this isn't a new shade, but every now and then when I look at the Dior website, I think, oh, what shades are there? More of those nudes, which I really love, and there was this one that I hadn't tried before. So this is the Dior Addict, and this is in the shade, this is Vibe, and I'm wearing it today, and I'm also wearing it with one of the new Dior lip liners. I've bought about 4 or 5 of these now, and I think these are a really good product. They are really long wearing, so I've got that on today as well. Everything that is on my face, it is listed and linked in the description box below. So this is Dior Vibe, and I'm going to swatch it on the back of my hand. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's a really gorgeous pinky nude. It's really beautiful, and as I was saying, I'm wearing it on my lips today. Just gorgeous, and I've been reaching for this a lot. So it just goes to show that it doesn't always have to be a new release. With a favorite brand, you go back into their website and have a good look and choose something perhaps that you haven't looked at before and have a really good look, then sometimes you can find a real treasure. But I think the shade is gorgeous. Next is the Charlotte Tilbury mascara. Beautiful packaging. This is glass. And I also like the Charlotte Tilbury, the Pillow Talk mascara as well. People either tend to love or hate that one. Now this is a very volumizing mascara. It also has great, it's a deep black as well. And I was really surprised with this. I thought maybe because it adds so much volume and it is a little bit wet when it's first applied, not overly wet. I thought it might smudge or transfer during the day, but it doesn't. This is a fantastic mascara, and I really like the brush as well. It is curved and it's a great size. It's not too small and not too large either, but this is a really good mascara. If you're wondering about it, then for me this works really well. And considering also that I have oily skin, if a mascara is going to smudge, it's definitely going to smudge on me, but this one has been bulletproof and absolutely love it. So I'm getting through the list here. Next is the Hermes eyeshadow. This is beautiful, and I did a dedicated video on this, and I did it using 2 different looks, and I'm wearing this again today. With this eyeshadow palette, for me, I find I either use this or this shade and these two. So I always use these 2 shades here. Start off with this one and go on with either this shade here or this one, and then finish off with this. Beautiful formula. I love the color story. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it also wears really well. I spoke about it in the video where I used this eyeshadow that I tried it out for the first time. It was late last year, and Liz from Chicago Law Luxury Makeup, when I was over in America, she lent me the eyeshadow palette to use. I hadn't tried it until then, and I was just really impressed. I love the formula. They blend beautifully and also really long wearing, and this is a gorgeous color story. And with the collection was also 2 lipsticks, and also this one here. This is more of the shine lipstick, so it isn't as pigmented as the other 2 lipsticks, but this is a beautiful formula, and the beige is just gorgeous, and it just gives just a hint of pigment. And I love the formula of this. It has a really beautiful subtle shine on it as well. Now I've just swatched it on my hand, and I don't know whether you'll be able to see that. It probably just looks shiny, but if you want to take a closer look at it, like I said, I did use this in a dedicated video, and of course the packaging is beautiful. Next we've got the Armani highlighters. Now I picked these up from Selfridges. I don't think these have been released yet in the United States. Hopefully they're not too far away. Beautiful highlighters. The 2 shades that I picked up, one is more cooler of a pink and one is a little bit warmer, and it is a beautiful gold. These are lovely. I was talking about before with the Kevyn highlighter how I like it, that it's more subtle and really flattering on my mature skin. These are just as beautiful. Hopefully you'll be able to see it, but they are gorgeous, and they go on just so beautifully, and they are so subtle. They give this beautiful ethereal twinkle, and because they're so subtle, you can put it like down the bridge of your nose, tap a little bit over your eyes, and even a little bit above your eyebrows as well, and it won't look super weird or anything like that. Beautiful, beautiful formula. And I'll just quickly swatch the other one that I got as well. Now, as I was saying, you probably won't be able to see these too well on this video. So there you've got the more of the gold, but it's not too much of a yellow gold, and there of course the beautiful cool pink. These are lovely. Now as soon as I know that these are in the US, I'll put something up on my stories on Instagram and also on my community page as well. And unfortunately, as of yet, this product hasn't been released in the US either. I think at this stage this has only been released in New Zealand and Australia. It's probably in that Asian Pacific drop. This is the Tom Ford. This is the Lacquer Collection. Now this is a repeat color story, but I hadn't tried this before. This is beautiful, and I did a dedicated video on this along with one of the lipsticks that's been released in this collection. Gorgeous. The matte blends beautifully. These 2 up here are more sparkle shades. It's subtle and it's elegant, but you can get the most beautiful, beautiful looks out of it. So take a look at the video if you're interested in this. It is really lovely. Again, once it appears in the US, hopefully it does, I will put this to my Instagram stories and also to my community page as well. So the lipstick that I picked up, this is more of a matte formula, but the Tom Ford mattes are really lovely. I've spoken about it before, but with matte lipsticks, I don't like them so they're too drying. It can emphasize the lines on your lips, especially when you are older. So this is the shade. It is a really gorgeous deep shade. I don't wear a lot of deep shades when it comes to lipsticks, but I did find that this one just looked absolutely beautiful. So hopefully this collection will come to the US. The packaging on this is beautiful. And next is an eyeshadow from the brand that I hadn't tried before, and this is the Lisa Eldridge one, and this is in the color story Fawn. This one here is a neutral lover's dream. It's not too warm, it's not too cool. You can get multiple looks out of this eyeshadow palette. As I was saying, this is the first time that I've tried the Lisa Eldridge eyeshadows, and I wasn't disappointed. The formula blends like a dream. It wears really well. This shade up here, this is more of a shimmer topper shade. It's just absolutely gorgeous and just brings the eye looks to life. But all the formulas in here just perform beautifully and really long wearing. Love it. Then we've got the Victoria Beckham Beauty. This is the eye pen concealer, and unfortunately I bought this in a shade that it's just a little bit too dark. But beside that, the formula of this is beautiful. It's really creamy and hydrating, and of course it has that Augustinus Beta skincare in it, so really good for under your eyes. Now the thing with this concealer pen is that it says it's light towards medium coverage. Now I would say this is more a light, a strong light type of coverage. So if you're not too concerned with any real darkness under your eyes, not too much that you really want to conceal, then I think you would really love this pen. But if you have concerns under your eyes where you want quite a bit of coverage, then this wouldn't be the concealer pen for you. But as I was saying, the formula of this is gorgeous. It blends out beautifully. It also wears really well during the day, and I find it really long wearing. There was a few people when this was initially launched, and I put this to my community page. I think there were 2 or 3 comments about saying how expensive it was for such a little amount of product. But the Victoria Beckham products, they are luxury products, and they are definitely up there in price, and especially the ones with the Augustinus Beta, the skincare in it as well. That's when the price does start to just step up that little bit more. But if you're looking for a light coverage, creamy, hydrating concealer, then this is a really good buy. The next product I've been trying for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and this is the Prada. This is the Reset Setting Powder, and as you can see, it is green, not green at all on your face. So it's definitely not, I think some people thought initially it was a type of color correcting powder, but it's just purely a setting powder, and it's also a mattifying one, but not too drying. I love this powder. It performs beautifully on my skin. It also has this really gorgeous blurring effect, and I love it that it is a pressed powder because I can pop it in my bag when I go out for the day. I take a small brush with me, and if I need just to add a little bit of powder throughout the day, this has a mirror. It's easy to just grab your brush and pop a little bit on, and it just gives that beautiful blurring effect again, and it definitely keeps my oils at bay. So I put this on quite a few hours ago, and it's still working really well. Maybe later in the afternoon I might have to pop a little bit more on. It's now spring here in New Zealand, and today it's going to be quite a warm day, and since I have oily skin, those oils do tend to break through. But of course this just works like a dream, a really beautiful powder. So if you were wondering about it, I highly recommend it. It is gorgeous. Next I've got a hair product, and I spoke about this, I think it was late last year, because I had a sample. It's a Sisley, this is the hair mask, and I really love this. I got some quite generous sized samples, so I was able to use it quite a few times. Now why I love this is that when it comes to hair masks, often you have to be in the shower, wet your hair, put it in, get out of the shower, have it on for 10 or 20 minutes or however long they say, then you've got to get back in the shower and then rinse it out again. Now you don't need to. This is like a balm, and you can put it on at night if you want to, just after you've done your skincare, and you can leave it in and then wash it out in the morning, or you can pop it on probably about half an hour before you're about to wash your hair. So it goes on dry hair, and it just smells absolutely beautiful. And I love how nourishing this is on my hair, and you really only need a small amount. The texture of it is, it's almost like a cleansing balm that you would use for your face. So this is what it looks like inside. You can see I've already used a bit of this already, and I've used quite a bit. So a pot of this would last you quite a long time. So you just scoop it out, and it feels almost like an oil, and then you just rub it through your hair. And as I was saying, the smell of this is just absolutely gorgeous. So you can just pop it on a little bit of time ahead before you have a shower, or like I say, you can also put it in your hair and then wash it out the next morning. But I highly recommend this. And for people that can't be bothered with a hair mask like me, the usual hair mask where you have to be in and out of the shower, then this is a great alternative, and it is a really beautiful product. Next is a skincare product, and this is a Dior one, and I received 2 samples of this when I did previous orders, and I was always very curious about it. I think this was launched earlier this year. Now this is the Dior, this is the Capture Total, and this is the Hyalushot. I think that's how you pronounce it, Hyalushot. And these are the samples I got. I got 2 of these. Now, when I first used it, I thought, oh yes, this will be really good. I'll put a little bit under my eyes, through here, and just through here, where I've got my really noticeable wrinkles. Well, the night that I used it, I put it on, And then I looked a bit closer in the mirror and I thought, I'm going to have a look on the website and have a good read of this and see what it does, because it instantly plumps and blurs out the lines. Now, I don't think it does this in a permanent way. It may do if you just keep using the product, but that instant plumping and blurring is just absolutely beautiful. So I had the 2 samples and I loved it so much that I ordered the full-size product, and this came in the mail yesterday and I popped it on this morning. I just used the tiniest amount under my eyes, and then you put an eye cream over the top. Now on the website they do explain this further. I think they have patented ingredients in here, but whatever is in here, it works just like they say it does. And the other thing that I loved about this on the website, and I think this might be a first time from Dior, is they do show women that are more my age, not young models that have no wrinkles and have this beautiful flawless skin. They are women, it looks like they're in their 50s and 60s, and it has photos of this also before and after. Now, like I was saying, I think this is more of a temporary effect. Now, it's not like some other products. There's one around you put under your eyes and it takes away your wrinkles. That isn't this type of formula, and I don't like those other ones, because although they do take away wrinkles temporarily, how they do it is that they suck moisture out from under your eyes. So absolutely not good for your skin at all. This works differently. This is just super hydrating and just plumps out the wrinkles beautifully. I also think this product would be really good if you want to use it for special occasions, if you just want your skin just to look that extra plumped. As I was saying, when I got the samples, I wasn't too sure about that. I thought, well, I'll use it and see what it's like. And I have used a few Dior skincare products before. And just like with Chanel, it can be a little bit hit and miss. So I wasn't too sure about this. But I was so impressed with it that I just had to buy the full size. It's really beautiful. So when you pop this on, so you put it on the areas where you can see your wrinkles. So I pop it under here, and then you pop a moisturizer over the top. It just seals the product in. So as I was saying, I put it on this morning under through here. I put a little bit through here, and also around here as well. Now, it doesn't completely erase the wrinkles, but it definitely softens and blurs and plumps them out. A really beautiful product. So I've made it through my list for my favorites for September. Let me know in the comments below what you purchased in September, what were your favorites, and also any fails that you had. I do read through all your comments and I reply to them when I get time. Just have to remember that being in New Zealand, I am in a different time zone to most of my subscribers. So that's it for today's video. I would love it if you gave it a like and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye.